रघुजुगा श्री भगोपाल वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपाल शंकापूर्वक नाम गणनत निकृता निद्राहार विहार गादि विजित चातंक दीन च राधा कृष्ण गुणास्मिते मधुरिमानन्देन सम्मोहित वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका आदाकुन्दते कालिन्दितनया तीरे च वंशीपते प्रेमन्माधव साधसे सदसया ग्रस्तो प्रमोतो मुदा गायन्ता च कदा हरे गुणपरम् भावाभिभूतो मुदा वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका राधे ब्रज देवी के चललिते हे नंद सुना कुता श्री गोवर्धन कल्प पाद पतले कालिंदी बने कुता घोषन्ता इति सर्वतो ब्रजपुरे हे देव महाबीपला वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगा श्री भगोपालका जय रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन जय रघुनाथ भट्ट जय दास रघुनाथ रघुनाथ भट्ट जय दास रघुनाथ जय श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट श्री जीव गोपाल हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna. Hello, everyone sing please. Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada
क्लियर করে গান করে
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya
Gurudev.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sadhan Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Anant Garib Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Das Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Mathura Dham ki jai. Mayapur Jamti Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our second day session. Gopal Radhe Prabhu. Can you hear me? Gopal Radhe Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, we can hear you, but we cannot see you.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, you can turn your video on.
What happened? Okay.
Video is active.
I send you another email, Prabhu.
I'll check it.
Okay, this email going to be after on the introduction, not now. We have to finish the preface first.
No problem. I will set it up ready, everything for you.
Okay, Prabhu. I send you second PowerPoint. That will be the before this one.
That will be before this one?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay, so no problem. You can start talking. I will set it up. It will take me another 5 minutes.
Okay, no problem. We have time.
Okay.
Everybody please join together to invoke the mercy of Guru Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandasa Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathantam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitangsha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tina Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatarine Pancha Kalpa Taruvescha Kripa Sindhupayevacha Patitanam Pavunibho Vaishnavibho Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. First of all, I am very thankful to be here, and I appreciate Gopal Radhe Prabhu, Shraddhadev Prabhu, and His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj to organize such a nice pure Harikatha from Srila Prabhupada's book in a form of Bhakti Shastri course. And this literature, as Srila Prabhupada, the way he wrote it, the Shastra we can see in three ways. I want everybody to remember, maybe you heard this before. You remember Shastra in three ways. One is that Shastra can teach you like a king order the citizen. King order the citizen, well, you don't have a choice. You have to do it. So that's one way. Another way also, like a Purana, like a friend narrating a story to another friend, or a friend is talking about a gossip, village gossip to another friend. It's interesting, and they spend time. You can see the similar age, they spend hours and talk. Maybe don't have any value, but they just like to hang around and listen and talk. And there is another way, the lover speak to beloved. Intimacy, very intimate way. So nectar devotion has all these three. At the same time, if we develop the love for the Lord, then we will see it is like a lover to beloved, a love song. If you are in love with a boy or a girl, or when you are in love with your parents or your children, or whatever relationship you have, when they talk so sweetly, you pay attention. It's true. Similarly, if you develop little attentive way of relishing this, then you will adore it in the heart. At the same time, you will be convinced in your heart automatically. So today we're going to also appreciate Srila Prabhupada for making this English audience, I'm speaking in English, such a appropriate that if even in Sanskrit or Bengali, if you're not so familiar, even the Bengalis of Jaiva Dharma, not necessarily some of the songs like Sri Dvaita Das, Kirtanetayas, Kara Uchchasare Uranamata, Kirtana Prabhave, Smarana Savave, Taveni Jana Bhajana Sambhav. Beside devotees, nobody understand, no Bengali understand this, even though it's a Bengali song. Because it's a very poetic and sadhu language, very aristocratic Bengali. So even being born as a Bengali, unless you are a devotee, you cannot even understand those Bengali words in Bhakti Samhita Sindhu. So Prabhupada is very merciful that he gave a very simple way, I would say, that it's easy to understand. Anybody can actually understand if they have a willingness to understand. As I mentioned yesterday, that willingness is a conscious choice, has to come from you. So other two things you have to do, also the third things, that you have to be willing to embrace Krishna through his information. Just like Rukmini Devi, she was acting like one of us, even though she is eternal associate. But when they come here, the Lord give them a chance to act like a regular conditioned soul. But they're not conditioned soul, they are internal potency. So what did she do? That's something we can learn. She was listening from Narad Muni every day. And when you listen, what happened to her? She fall in love with Krishna. Even when her father asked that, I'm sorry, your brother arranging a wedding with Shishupal, but what do you really want? So to demonstrate this, she gave a rotten fruit, apple, to her father and a fresh fruit to her father. Say, which fruit should I eat to stay healthy? And he said, of course, the fresh fruit. So the fresh fruit is Krishna and rotten fruit is Shishupal. So you decide which one you want your daughter to marry. So it was very dramatic demonstration. He said, all these men in this world are nothing but time factor. They are going to die. But Krishna is eternal. So I want to marry to Krishna where I can live eternally. Her father was very emotional, loves his daughter, so could not say anything. How did she develop this? Just by hearing from Narad Muni. So we are hearing from Prabhupada. We are hearing from Rupa Goswami Pad. Then we will also feel very close to Krishna and will live with Krishna eternally. So we are going to start today with the preface. And can I see everybody's hands if possible? Because I'm going to ask them a question. I send WhatsApp text. How many of you read preface and introduction? Can you raise your hand so I can just see the hand? I don't see others. How do you see others? Gallery, where? Oh. Okay, put it in the gallery. Okay, please raise your hand one more time so I can see. Who read? Okay, thank you. Now, can you raise your hand if you did not read? Only Lakshman Prabhu. Okay, he's a first time comer, he didn't know. Any other hand I'm missing that did not read? Okay, Mother Barshana. Can you read it like as soon go home and maybe by tomorrow, and before next week, you have to not only finish this, you have to go to the next chapter. We cannot wait for 1 or 2 person. Don't take it personally, but we have a time limit and we want to finish it, okay? So it is very important that you do your assignment, please, I beg you. So I would like to somebody, if you can, answer me. The preface deals mainly 2 subjects. It is not in the question, but I'm just giving you 2 subject matter it deals with. If you remember, the brief history of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, including the biography of its author, means Rupa Goswami Pad. You remember? And then the second subject matter was that Bhakti Rasa, a primary subject of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In other words, Nectar of Devotion is a part of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. For Bhakti Shastri, only we do up to 19 chapter, which is Eastern Division, only one fourth of it. So it's interesting that Srila Prabhupada says Bhakti means, if you recall, devotional service. Bhakti connotes devotion or love, and love implies service. You cannot say I love and I do nothing. That is not love. Prabhupada make it very clear. When you say you love Krishna or you love God or you love even anybody, you must do something for that object of your love, for beloved. In other words, the word love does not mean without any activities. And how do you do the activities? 3 ways. Through your mind, through your body, and through your words. Very good. Devotion is the most fundamental drive of every living entity. If you remember that, that was so wonderful, Prabhupada, right? The devotion is the most fundamental drive of every living entity. The basic principle of the living condition, Prabhupada, right, is that we have a general propensity to love someone. Raise your hand if you think you can live your life without loving anybody. I want to see if anybody raise hand. Thank you. You didn't raise hand because if you raise hand, you are a liar. But I would not say it because it is not possible. What Prabhupada said, we should understand, we should be reflecting. Can we live our life without loving? Whether it's a child or mother or father or boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, your life depends on loving someone. This conclusion you have to understand. And I'm going to ask this question in later on also. This is very important. And Prabhupada give the whole 2-3 paragraph on that. In the primary stage, a child loves his parents, Prabhupada gives, then his brothers, then his sisters. As he daily grows up, he begins to love his family. Then he loves his society. Look at yourself, ask yourself, did Prabhupada talking about your own life? When you are born, who did you love? Your mother's breast milk. That's all you know. The world is only mother's breast milk. Then after few months, you came to know your brother, sister, your neighbor. Then you started walking. Oh, we have a neighborhood. We have a family. So you slowly grow, and then you learn, oh, you live in a country. So your love expand, community, a nation, even the whole human society. What did you understand from it? Prabhupada writes that the loving propensity is not satisfied even by loving all human society. But loving propensity remains imperfectly fulfilled until we know who is the Supreme Lord. Why did Prabhupada apparently sounds like a harsh? Why did he say that? But it is true. People say, I love everybody. Can somebody tells me what if somebody say, I want to love everybody in my neighborhood. I love my countrymen. Is there anything wrong or right, or how to understand? Please raise your hand so I can ask you. Can somebody answer me? Is that okay? If he loves the countryman, will he be satisfied? Yes. Shyama Kishore Das. No, you're a girl.
It's not possible to love everyone because because you can only love your beloved ones and family and people that you truly know. But if you don't know someone, you don't know if you don't know someone, you don't know their personality. So you don't know whether you should love them or you shouldn't. So you can't love everyone.
You're very smart. Thank you. Yes, you cannot be in love by reading the biodata or profile, can you? She said a very nice thing, that in order to be in love with someone, you have to know the nature, personality, character, quality. Very nice, very thoughtful for your age. You cannot fall in love just by reading the biodata or profile of someone. That's true. Prabhupada making a very nice point. Now you have to remember this part, the second part. Yes, you can love everybody when you develop love for Krishna. And even if you love your mother, father, brother, sister, ultimately you will be disappointed. Why? You know, either they will die or you will die. Disappointment will come. You will never be completely satisfied. But if you love Krishna, you can have that relationship with the rest of the population for eternal. Because in Krishna, everything exists. But without Krishna, everything is temporary. Does that make sense? So this is a key point. Loving propensity expands like a beam of light by instructing us to love Krishna. The nectar of devotion we are reading, what it will do, it will teach us how to love Krishna. Because as I'm speaking, that if you develop love for Krishna, Can you check your own pulse? I mean, heart pulse, not the physical body pulse, the soul part. Can you really feel that love for Krishna? Idealistically, yeah, it's a good idea. But what Prabhupada is saying here is experience. Love is not a word. Love is not just expression. It is an experience. We'll see very soon, Prabhupada will give an example of a rasa, how you taste a rasa. When you look at the fruits, are you attracted to the fruits by the color or by the name of the fruits? Apple. Okay, I like apple. But actually, are you attracted to the apple by the name or the color? No. What you are attracted to the apple? Experience you had, the taste. Are you with me? Everybody is understanding? It's a very simple thing. You are not attracted to the apple by the name or the look. It is the experience you had when you ate the apple. That experience is what love is, Prabhupada addressing. You follow? So when you think of love, is the experience. What we need with Krishna is experience that will last eternally. Now Prabhupada comes to this point. That's called rasa. Now, what is the English translation of rasa? Srila Prabhupada writes that nobody knew how to translate rasa, but his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sadhan Saraswati Thakur, he followed in his footsteps. And he wrote the word rasa in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as a mellow. Everybody heard the word, English word mellow? Like melodious, bhajan. What is mellow? Anybody knows what is mellow? Prabhupada gives it. Come on, you read it. I thought you all read. In the preface. Yes.
Sweet or pleasant?
It is an experience. What is sweet? It's an experience. Experience has no name. You cannot word it. When you're tasting something, how do you word it? Try to remember this. The tongue does not have an English word, and the flavor does not have a tongue. You understand materially? Say you want to experience ice cream. You look at the ice cream. Ice cream has a tongue to explain you how tasty it is. Yes, no? No, ice cream cannot explain you because ice cream doesn't have a tongue. But if you ask your tongue, hey tongue, tell me about ice cream. Tongue does not have a flavor. So tongue cannot express what the ice cream is. You follow? But when the tongue and ice cream meets, what is that called? That's called experience. You follow? It is not the tongue or the ice cream can explain itself. It is not like this. So Krishna, when Prabhupada writes like this, it has a very deep meaning. Prabhupada very thoughtfully. By the way, anybody knows how long this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu book Rupa Goswami Pad took to write down? How many years he spent? Oh, I already said years, so you're thinking probably years. Do you know how many years? Think. I'll come back to that while you're thinking. This is a hard work of Srila Prabhupada's, the biggest contribution he gave us. Srila Prabhupada writes, the mellow means sweet and full flavored from ripeness as fruit. If you look at, that's how Prabhupada explained. Mellow refers to the relishably sweet taste of a fruit. A taste contained its juice. So relationships are comparable to fruits. The pleasure we taste in this relationship is the juice, the mellow, the rasa. The taste of a fruit is what attracts us to eat it. Similarly, the force, now please, this is important, you have to remember. The taste of the fruit, that what attracts us to eat. Are you with me? Everybody is with me? What attracts us to the fruit? The color, the name? Can somebody say the color or the name? Which one attracts the fruit?
Taste.
Taste.
Very good. I was trying to trick you, the color or the name. No, neither. Neither color or the name. It is the experience you had, taste. Very good. So this is Prabhupada is giving so simple way to understand, because it is difficult subject matter. But Prabhupada is mercifully is explaining this. The taste of a fruit is what attracts us to eat it. Similarly, the force that attracts us to certain activities or relationship is the taste we enjoy in it. Driven by affection for his wife and children, a family man works day and night. Did you ever see it? Turn it back and say, thank you, Dad. He works very hard outside. For what? He gets the satisfaction, experience that my children are okay. My wife is okay. Or you thanks to your mom who does so much hard work like this. And this is a reality. A philanthropist works in the same way for love, for the greater family. A nationalist for the cause of his country and countrymen. That force, this is the key point. You have to highlight this. That force which drives the philanthropist, householder, nationalist is called rasa, or a kind of mellow relationship whose taste is very sweet. Now, Prabhupada writes, he divides this rasa into two types. One is bhakti rasa, first one is bhakti rasa, and then the second one is tara rasa. Then bhakti rasa, he says, the taste realized in devotional service to Krishna is bhakti rasa. Why you all are here? Yesterday I asked you to write it down. What you are expecting from this course? Why you have joined? Don't ask your friend, don't ask your mother or father or your children. Ask yourself what you really want. Why I'm telling you this? This is very important. In Chandigarh, Prabhupada addressed to the audience very nicely. The question you ask to yourself, the question, or you ask to a senior devotee, it actually tells you, or senior devotee will hear, where you are spiritually right now. Do you know what literature we follow? Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam began with 6 questions. Answering to the 6th question is entire Bhagavatam. Do you know Bhagavad Gita started with what? What started with Bhagavad Gita? Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmasketre kurukshetre samaveta jujussava mamaka pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. Bhagavad Gita started with what? Question. You understand what I'm trying to say? Spiritual life start athato brahma jigyasa. Question. You must ask question, because questions actually tells where you are right now in your life. Question actually tells what you really need, what actually you need. When you think of the question, thinking is also part of the question. What do you think? You actually verbalize as a question. It is very important that we should be inquisitive. Krishna even told in Bhagavad Gita the 4 types of people comes to him. But one who is Jnani with bhakti, one who is inquisitive, one who wants to know, understand, he is higher than all this amongst these 4. So it is important that we inquire We should be thoughtful. The things you are thinking, whether you want to think about Krishna or not, your mind will non-stop talking. Do you know who you hear the most in your life every day? Who do you hear? Your own mind. Even you listening me, your mind is talking behind. What is talking about? While you're listening, your mind is talking to you. Mind will never leave you alone. So you have to come on your own, not listening the mind. Take shelter of intelligence, and then you can control the mind. And the thought you have in the process, it will create a question. And question, when you ask, it tells you where you are spiritually and what you need spiritually and where you want to go. That's why Bhagavad Gita began with question. Nectar of Devotion started with question. Bhagavatam started with question. The entire Bhagavatam is nothing but answer of those 6 questions. In the beginning, Sonaka Adi, they asked to Sutta Goswami. Okay. Then Srila Prabhupada writes, the mundane rasa, what is material rasa? He says are 2 types. One is bhoga-tega, oscillation, means you enjoy something. Okay, I'm eating rice dal, rice dal, rice dal, rice dal. After a week, you say, can we make some pizza or something? As if you're like tired of eating rice dal. Am I right? Or is it only, it's true. Or if you are eating pizza for 3 days, can we have burger or something else? What you are tasting, you want to reject it and get something new. And after you get something new, you want to reject after a few days or sometime later, get something new. This is one type of material enjoyment, Prabhupada is saying. It's called bhoga and tyaga. The other is called chapala sukha. While you are enjoying, you feel like, oh, the rice that he or she cooked is not completely cooked. It's like a little bit, oh gosh, I will break my teeth to bite it. Something like that. I don't want to tell that person will feel bad. Oh, look at the sabji didn't have enough salt. Oh my God, this sabji has too much salt. If I tell now, the person will be upset. So even while you are enjoying material senses, there is some, flickering. It's not giving you complete enjoyment. You are being disturbed. So Prabhupada writes this into 2 types of. Now Prabhupada is explaining in the preface. I'm just giving you a glimpse, and then I want you all to give me some idea what you heard. Maybe I'll stop here. I want to hear from someone. What did you understand so far as for the question? We're not going to go by exactly question, but I want you to tell me what did you understand so far? Someone. Or you can answer the question on the preface. I was just discussing the preface, and I'm going to continue a few more sentences, but I want to hear so far. Someone?
Spiritual life start or begin with the questions. You have given so many different examples, such as Bhagavatam start with 6 questions from the Munis and Parishit Maharaj, and you have given the other example as Bhagavad Gita start with the questions and so on. So therefore, spiritual life actually begin with the questions. That's one of them.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Someone else.
What is Chapala Sukha, or what is?
How do I see who is speaking? Oh, okay. You'll outline. Okay. Sorry. Now I'm learning how to see. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
What is Chapala Sukha and what is Bhoga Tyaga? So you gave an example for both.
Can you narrate a little bit?
Chapala Sukha is something like Bhogatyaga is like you keep changing because you want to enjoy. Okay, today you want ice cream and tomorrow you want something else, and after that you want then you are not satisfied. I mean, so you want to taste different things. So you get bored by one same thing. So Chapala Sukha is so you have the ice cream, but it has too much of sugar in it or too little sugar in it. So you are enjoying it, but you are not enjoying it completely.
Very good. You know the difference with the spiritual life. You can have the same pizza every day, but different flavor. It will never repeat the same flavor, and it will never look. Nava, these slokas very nicely explained. There's every moment the flavor of each article, even Krishna's form, even your thinking, everything is tasting new things. That's why in spiritual world, nobody ever bored. They are drowned into the ocean of nectar. But in this world, you'll be tired. After a little while, you get tired. Your senses get tired. You get tired of eating even something same day. Somebody else? There are very many smart devotees there, I can see. Here is
I
my,
would just like to, I would like to add to what Prabhuji said. Chapala Sukha is also happiness, which is temporary. So
Very good.
material happiness is temporary. That is why we don't get taste. Whereas spiritual sukha or happiness is permanent. That is why we never get bored or enough of it.
Very good. Very good. Yes, that's the other meaning of it. Very good. Someone else so far.
So you also mentioned that we human has a repose or propensity towards to love or be loved to somebody, and that propensity never gets satisfied um, until we see the love or find love with Krishna. And once we find that love with Krishna, then we love to everybody and everything in this world and beyond the world.
Very good. Very good. Yes, until we come to Krishna, embrace him, Prabhupada says, your love will never be satisfied. As a soul, you'll never be satisfied. Whether sex, movie, whatever you have enjoyment, it will never ultimately satisfy. For temporary, flickering, like Prabhu said, Chapala Sukha. Very good. Somebody else?
I learned that devotion is the most fundamental drive of the living entity, and anything other than that, you will never get happiness from it.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
So can no.
Somebody else I see.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, mother.
You say that Dandavat Pranam, 3 ways we have to do the service, our mind, body, and words.
Very good.
And the mind, like we always think about the Krishna. Body, like we do the service, lot of things, we do the puja, cook, clean the temple. And words, always tell, like when you see the devotee, you have to tell about the Bhagavata, Gita sloka, like always think about, we can do the service 3 ways. Our body, mind was like Bhishma Dev when he was dying with the bed of arrows. He was suffering a lot, but still he was, doing the 3 ways service, his body, mind, and whatever people went there to see him, he still he was reciprocate with them. His mind, body, and his words.
Very good. Thank you. Good understanding. Just to, I'm not here to correct you, just to give a little point. Bhishma Dev actually never suffered at spiritual level.
No, I know.
Materially, maybe the blood was coming down, but he was liberated in that body, so he never experienced the pain.
I know, but he was still wanted to see everybody, even though
yes,
Draupadi,
Yes,
and a lot
yes,
of people went there to see him at the end, but still he never refused anybody who was talking about the Bhagavatam, Gita, everybody
yes,
about these
yes.
things.
Very good.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone else I'm left or
Hare Krishna,
yes,
Prabhuji.
yes.
So I would also like to add that I liked how it said like without activity, consciousness alone cannot help us. So it's like we have to find a way like to be to do some devotional service physically, like with our body also, which help us to get some taste in our spiritual life.
Very good. Thank you. Yes.
Haribo Prabhuji, you say love is experience. The taste of the food is what attracts us. The force that attracts us is the experience that they had.
Very good. Yes, very good. You got it. It was not the name and the color. Very good. Okay. Yes.
Tendency is to love somebody, right? So we cannot live without loving somebody. So we have to you have to direct that force or loving somebody, that property or characteristic. We have to develop the love for Krishna. That's how we can get connected to him. The summary of this, whatever I read, I understood that Prabhupada wanted to say is we have to develop that rasa or the taste for Krishna. And this nectar of devotion helps us to do that.
Yes, very good. You heard it very nicely. Thank you. That was very nice. There's nothing wrong to love anybody, but it will not satisfy ultimately. That's the problem. Until we love Krishna, then everything will be. I think your daughter raised hand too.
Okay.
And we shouldn't love anyone more than we love Krishna. So we should love Krishna more. We should love Krishna more than any material person on earth.
You have a wonderful, probably previous life you were devotee. You can write it down. There is one verse in Bhagavad Gita. I gave a key point. When you love Krishna more than the world, Krishna will take you out of the world. Can you remember that?
And he will put you in a higher universe in his Golaka Vrindavan.
Yes, very good, very nice. Thank you. Very happy that everybody is paying attention. I'm so happy. Now we'll talk. Am I missing anybody? Raised hand. Okay. Pracheta Prabhu. You know, Pracheta Prabhu was my, I would say, best friend in Mayapur. Long time back.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. You are so special, and I remember you every bit of that still. But thank you for your kind words. I just wanted to. I didn't want to let it go without mentioning this. My most favorite example of Mata Rukmini, how she was attracted to Lord Krishna through listening the word through the Narad Muni. So this is one of my most favorite example. So through the
Very
listening
nice.
of Bhagavatam through the devotees or devotees like Narad Muni is conveying the same message. So we get attracted to Lord Krishna or whichever direction we go to. So the words carries the most power.
Yes, very good, very good, wonderful. Wow, we covered almost everything we read so far. So we'll continue just a little more. I hope I'm not missing anybody, right? No hands up. Good. Then Prabhupada explained about Amrita. Amrita, you know, Mrita means dead, the Sanskrit word, I think in Bengali also. Amrita means not death or deathless. But Amrita also has another meaning, means nectar. So Prabhupada I'm just summarizing what I read before. Since the pleasure of bhakti, rasa, does not fade, it is Amrita. You understand? Very nice. Because everything in this world is bound to die or finish. So nothing is in this world called Amrita. It doesn't matter how good the any experience you have in this world, because it will end with the body, not the devotional thing, but non-devotional, the whole world, everything will end. So there is no Amrita in this experience. Prabhupada is very fine way distinguishing from the material. And he says, because it becomes deathless, just like for an example I give you, like Mother Yashoda experienced Putana's incident. Now, Putana's incident happened 5,000 years back. But even today, in Golok Vrindavan, she sometimes think of Putana. Even though there is no Putana in Golok Vrindavan, absolutely no. But the impression of the name and that fear is there. It serves her. And she thinks of Putana. Oh my God, she grabs Krishna and started hugging him, kissing him on his forehead. And Krishna is thinking, why she's loving me so much? I love it, I love it. And he also gives a hug. So this, any experience in Krishna consciousness, it never ends. If she ever wants to experience this again, she can go back any moment. Like imagine you had a good time with a friend for 2 days and that friend disappeared. But there in spiritual world, if you had even one moment, nice relationship with one devotee or Krishna, never lost. You can have an eternal existence of that experience. Therefore, Krishna does not perform Leela in material energy. He always performs Leela under internal energy. Can you remember that? Why? Krishna never plays under Maya because it is temporary and taste is distaste at the end. He always play Leela under Leela Shakti, Jogamaya, Ghatana Patiyashi Leela Shakti. Because those Leela, like Krishna walking in Vrindavan, every footprint is preserved eternally. It never lost. But in the material world, when you walk on a beach, after 1 month you go, you have no sign of the footprint. It's washed away. But in spiritual world, everything is eternally intact. Forever. Sometime in Vaikuntha, some devotee who did not develop in a higher taste, they want to stay in a Santa or Daisya, Santa, so they meditate, they like it, they see Krishna face to face and they want to stare at him. Have you seen a paintings like a cow's closed eye, Krishna standing there, and you think like, why cows are closed eyes? He should be looking at Krishna. But you don't understand. When you look at, don't take it personally what I'm going to say. When you look at a beloved or your lover, whoever it is or she is, after a while you get tired of it. You don't tell that person, that will be horrible, but you get tired of it. Why? Because it's temporary meat. It's this body cannot satisfy our eye all the time. But Krishna's form is just the opposite. Even in the morning in Darshanarati, what do you chant? Benum kanantam arabinda dala ayata aksham. Dala ayata. Every moment he's making a new beautiful eye. When you look at his eye, you say, who is he? And you look at Radharani even overwhelmed every moment. She tells Krishna that, she tells Lalita Sakhi, who is this boy? He said, you just came from him. He said, no, I never saw. Why is so beautiful? I want to see him. You just came from him. No, I want to see him. Krishna's beauty ever changing, more and more attractive. Everything in spiritual world. And this is what we need. We want. Don't settle down with this material glamour, because we'll never be satisfied with this material enjoyment forever. We may be temporary, okay, it's okay. Everybody is just thinking this is it. But as a devotee, when we, through nectar devotion, when we understand that there is unlimited happiness, unlimited beauty we want to see, then you got understood in Krishna consciousness through the nectar devotion. Now, the last one, Prabhupada writes, what is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? The nectarian pleasure derived from devotional service to Krishna is clearly superior to material sense gratification. One may sometimes manage to procure a few drops of sense pleasure, but there is an entire ocean. Did you hear it? Entire ocean of the nectar of devotion easily available to all the New Orleans, Prabhupada didn't say that, I'm just adding it, all the American devotees, all the world devotees, always by understanding the nectar of devotion, one can dive deeply into the ocean. Are you excited to hear that? Are you ready to dive in? In the ocean, you don't just walk and talk. You ever been in the middle of the ocean? Well, no, but at least 100 feet far, you don't stand. It's too deep. You either dive, Prabhupada say 3 things you will see later on, we'll discuss. Either you dive or you, what do? You float or you swim, but not for a risking life. Of course, material ocean is going to kill you, but Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu will make you happy. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you see a flower or a leaves, do you have a flower or leaves, or are you standing nearby or something you can see? Now, if you studied about the chemical composition, what causes the color in the leaf or a fruit, or look at an apple. In apple, you know how the color manifested in apple? If you read Bhagavad Gita chapter 14, I made a chart one time. I was explaining this. 3 modes of material, nature, how it plays. Krishna explained this. What modern science are giving already seen Bhagavad Gita million years back, at least 5,000 years back. So when you see an apple, you see some part of the apple or anything, banana. What do you eat in wherever you are? Banana, say banana. Most of the devotees, I know they eat banana. If you look at the banana, some part of the banana is not ripened completely. It's still little more required. You know what is that position? Is Rajagun, passion. The Rajagun is active there. You look at the part of the banana, it's over ripened. It's like almost like soft, too soft. It's Tamogun. Tamogun causes this. Rajagun is ripening, not ripen yet. If you see some part of the same fruit is fully ripened, it's Sattvagun. You understand? The banana is made of what? These 3 modes. Same thing, like you are seeing me, I'm seeing you. How do we see? When we look at through the eye, there is a pupil in the middle. The pupil, behind the pupil in the back of the eye, there is a retina. Now, through the pupil, a picture is being taken and shoot back through the retina, and retina is connected with the brain cell. And brain cell has a memory of who is this person. If it is not familiar, it will say, I don't know him. And if you say, yeah, I know him. He came to our temple once before. But spiritual vision is not by this process. Can you remember what I just said? I mean, you are all scientific, where in America we live. We know how we see things or we hear things. How do we hear? When you're hearing me now, who is hearing? Is this the ear is hearing? No, ear is made of what? Anybody knows? Raise hand, please. What are the senses made of? Rajagun. Come on, chapter 14, Bhagavad Gita. Senses are made of Rajagun. The sound is made of Tamagun. All the sense object made of Tamagun. And then hearing perception. Because this body cannot hear. There has to be hearing perception. Hearing perception is created by Sattvagun, goodness. You follow? These 3 things is playing. But when you hear the transcendental sound vibration, it is, even though it is functioning like this, but actually it is eternal. How to understand this? You need, yesterday I mentioned, you need one thing. You need faith. Faith has its own eye. Faith has his own ear. Faith has his own leg, can walk. By faith, Shraddha, you can see God through the sound, not by the ear. That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, we can have the darshan of the Lord through the medium of ear as one hears from the lips of a pure devotee. Don't try to see Krishna through your own eyes. Try to see Krishna through what you heard about Krishna. Nama Vigraha Sarup Tina Ekarup Tine Bhed Nahi Tin Chidananda Rup. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this. Nama Vigraha Sarup. These three are one. It is Krishna in the deity form. If you remember this and you under guidance, you know the word understand. Everybody heard the word understand? Who knows the meaning of understand? Can you raise your hand? I'm not going to ask you because you are here. I'm looking there. You never heard, you know what Prabhupada says understand means? Stand under. You want to understand? Stand under. Can you remember this? If you want to understand, you have to stand under your guru. If you are not standing under your guru's lotus feet, you will never understand these spiritual science. That's why Prabhupada said in one lecture, he said, to understand, you have to stand under. Means we always, by the mercy, we can perceive these spiritual signs, not by our brain or by our mundane intelligence or senses. This is very important. Okay, so back to this example, then we'll start with the introduction. What's the time? Good, we are keeping up. Well, do you need a break for 5 minutes or something, or everybody is okay? Can somebody say everybody is okay? Means like this?
Okay, we are okay.
Okay, good. So I have a question. When you look at the fruits or a leaf, if you go to, now you understood that these are materially, it's a product of three modes of material nature. Also, the scientific way to look at it, that they will say, if you see the green, very, very green, is because of the chlorophyll. If you see little bit of a burgundy or pinkish or fading the color yellow, is due to the chromoplast, chloroplast, all kinds of chemical name they will give. Now to understand this, a beautiful flower, I thought of bringing a flower, I forgot about it. to look at the flower, would you look at through the chemical explanation of the scientist, which also correct? What will be the best way to understand flower? Through the three modes of material nature. What causes the color, which color Rajagun created, which color Tamagun created, you know, white color is Sattvagun, Rajagun is the like a purple, red and all this, and Tamagun is like a blue, black, all this. These things are all 14th chapter, 17th chapter, 18th chapter. I made a huge chart, you know, like one time I did a seminar for this. Beautiful explanation. This is also one way to understand, but you look at the flower, okay, three modes created this, okay, the chemical, chromoplast, chloroplast, they all created different color. You can go through, or you can say, I love this color. Oh, it's so adoring. Smell good. I love this flower. Which is the easiest way? Who is going to answer, and which is the best way? Please answer. Which way will be best way to understand the flower?
It depends upon what you want to achieve.
Very good. If you want to adore the flower, you want to appreciate the flower.
Yeah, so second one is the better.
Which one?
You just take it and appreciate the flower as is.
You say, I love this flower. Is everybody agrees, or somebody wants to go through the other process to appreciate the flower? Come on.
Smelling is nice.
Somebody is saying something. Smelling is nice. Okay. So you just want a simple way. So similarly, to understand the absolute truth, you can go through different paths within this Veda. There is a process given by different acharyas, but the simple process that Prabhupada giving us through Rupa Goswami path is that I love this flower. That's all. I don't need to know what chemical made, what color, what modes of material nature created this color. Okay, white part is the Sattvagun. Okay, red part is the Rajagun. Do you really adore flower like this, or you say, I love this flower. Look at this, it's so beautiful. That simple way is called nectar of devotion way to understand Krishna or Supreme God. It is a simple, appreciative way. But your mind may not allow. I want you to write it down. Negativity will control you if you allow it to enter in your mind. Because I gave one time seminar and one devotee says, did you have this experience of Krishna consciousness in full-fledged before? Then how come we lost it? So many questions came. Of course, none of you asked that kind of question, but if you have a question, you can always raise hand. Otherwise, we'll start now the introduction. Oh, one more thing. The heading for the introduction, I always give a little key point, what to focus there. Devotion, you can write it down if you want to. Devotion is not just emotion. It is a conscious, continuous, intentional cultivation. Everybody got it? Devotion, bhakti to Bhagavan, devotion is not just emotion. Because people think like if somebody cries in front of God, oh my God, that person has so much bhakti. No. But nectar of devotion will not teach you this. Nectar of devotion will teach you very scientifically. Nectar of devotion will say, so you write it, devotion is not just emotion. Yes, emotion is there. But if emotion is not aligned with the devotional principle, it's a commotion. You know, commotion, people cry for nothing. Oh my God, the snake is eating the frog. I'm so sad, I'm so depressed and crying because the snake is eating the frog. What to do now? I don't know. Jiva jiva jivanam. One living entity is food of another living entity. The snake is eating the frog and this person is crying. What to do? This is called mundane emotion. Why? It is not aligned with the devotional principle. So everybody understood this, right? Devotion is not just emotion. It is a conscious, continuous, intentional cultivation. Everybody got it? Now I'm going to elaborate just a little bit for a few minutes because introduction has so much condensed, like almost like if somebody gives you $1 billion check, if it was $1,000 many check, you could cash it. If it was $10,000 check, you think, okay, I will go to a big bank and cash it. But if somebody Bill Gates writes you $1 billion check, you don't know if bank will cash it. Even if you go to bank, bank doesn't know how to cash it because they never faced it like this. You follow? introduction is like this, it has so much condensed form. I want you to remember this, what I mentioned, that emotion, what plays at our core of existence. I'm talking about each of us. At our core of existence, who are we? Girl or boy, or our mind or body? Who are we? We are conscious being. We are not body, we are not mind. You have to always remember this. At the core of our existence, we are conscious being. Conscious being means we have to have an emotion. And this emotion cannot be wished away. Difference between attachment or aversion or renunciation or devotion is based on the direction of our emotion. Can you remember this? This is so important word. Because sometimes you like something in life. Sometimes you don't like something. Come on, be honest. Am I right, or I'm the only one experience this? Sometimes you like one place, sometimes you like somebody, sometimes you don't like. I don't like that person. You don't say that, but in your mind you like, I don't like that. It's always arguing, always criticizing, whatever. This is a reality I face sometimes. So this is very important. I'm going to repeat one more time. I'm going to paraphrase what I understood from Sukdev Goswami. The difference between your liking or not liking, or you want to be like, what is this, Mother Manjari, is this? You have a glasses, yeah? Can I renounce your glasses? Can somebody answer me? Can I renounce our glasses? Come on, answer me, please.
No.
Who said that? Yes, why?
Because she needs them and it's her choice.
No, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about her. I said, can I renounce this glasses, her glasses?
Because that's not belongs to you.
Oh.
Very good. Who said that?
Belongs to you. Me.
Who said that? Very good answer. Because it not belongs to me. You cannot renounce something, it is not your. This world is not your. So don't become Vairagi, detached from the world. This world belongs to Krishna. We don't have to be detached from anything. But the attraction for enjoyment, spirit, has to be withdrawn. There's a fine line. Everybody are with me? Something you don't own, just like Mother Manjari's glasses, because I see her, she has a glasses. I cannot give up. Why? I cannot renounce. Why? Because it's not mine. So I'm going to say again, paraphrasing, the difference between liking someone or attachment towards someone, or not liking someone or aversion to something, or detaching from this world or detaching from some idea, like we do this every day. Like if you see somebody eats hot dog and you are so hungry and you're looking for food, and for 10 miles there is no food store and nothing you can eat or drink, and you are hungry, and this guy say, here is a hot dog. How do you feel? No, I'm sure you don't say it loudly, but that's how you feel. No, I have no interest for hot dog. So that's kind of like a, not hateful, but you are renounced that kind of food. You are detached from this kind of idea. So you have an attachment, you have a detachment, you have an aversion, and you come to practice Krishna consciousness in the temple, and you develop devotion. What makes What is devotion? What is attachment? What is aversion? What is renunciation? What makes? What one thing makes any of these things? Can somebody answer?
Emotions.
Who said this? Krishna and Bhagavati. Okay. Who is Krishna? Who is Bhagavati?
Krishna. Bhagavati.
So who answered now?
Krishna.
Okay, very good. Very good answer. Very good answer. Everybody heard it? It is the emotion, direction of the emotion. It is very important. I'm giving you in a practical sense that you can withdraw yourself. You don't need to practice anything. This bhakti itself is enough. This bhakti is above all the process. You don't need to do yoga, psychology, mentoring, counseling. No need. Just try to understand this nectar of devotion. It is your life. The direction of the emotion determines whether you are attached or you are renounced or you are devotional. See if your emotion follows. That's all. Very simple. Everybody got it? Very good. So now question comes, then why in our ISKCON society, like myself even, taking the renunciation? Renunciation is meant a transition between aversion, attachment, and devotion. Renunciation is not our goal. Our goal is devotion, but renunciation is a transition. You know, transition. You go to train station to catch another train. Like you are in transit in the airport. You just landed in Delhi to go to Calcutta. I just did in February. So they say, are you in transit? I say, yes. We are in transition, means you are not fixed there. So renunciation is not our ultimate goal, to be renounced from this world. Our goal is, renunciation is needed. It's a transition to go to devotion. If you can just remember these few key points, then when we go further in devotional, nectar of devotion, you will be relishing. I want you to relish this book Prabhupada gave, because we are relishing. You know, a lot of students in Alachua that I did a lot of seminars with them, and they are very happy. They still chant, and I'm sure you all are smart, intelligent. You all will do the same thing, and I'm sure you are probably doing it. Okay, we have a half an hour, so we better start the introduction. How many of you did not read the introduction? Raise your hand. Did not read the, oh my God, I see one of my senior devotee there. Hare Krishna Prabhu, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Khalatma Prabhu. And who else did not read? Please raise hand. Okay, everybody else read. Wonderful. So should I just ask the question instead of explanation, or you want explanation, or you want to answer the question? Can somebody give me some clue?
We need explanation.
Little explanation, please.
These are all senior devotees asking others.
Yes, it would be. We would like explanations.
Okay, all right. But can somebody answer at least one of the 4 questions that I sent through one devotee? No, you cannot answer. You are outside the screen. I have one student here. He's a very nice devotee. Okay, which question should I ask? Give the English meaning of the terms pravritti and nivritti. Raise your hand.
Pravritti is positive actions which are favorable to the bhakti. And nivritti is a negative action, which means you are unfavorable for bhakti, avoiding something favorable for the bhakti. And pravritti is just.
Can you connect this, what I said before, the emotion, to this? I give you an example just for you to understand this. You can apply this every day. You can actually focus on Krishna and you remain happy within you. If you are happy within you, your husband will love you more. Your children will love you more. Believe me. Because this way, because you don't need them, but you are serving them. Because you are happy within from Krishna, contact with Krishna. So I'll give you one example. I did 30 years back, when I came to America 35 years back, I played stock market. It's nothing good or bad. It just I played and I lost big amount of money. So some friend, devotee friend, Prabhupada's disciple, Krishnamurti Prabhu asked me, I need to invest something. Come on, tell me which stock I should invest. And he said, what about Microsoft? I said, no, these are horrible. Don't buy any stock. It's horrible. It's a monster going to steal all your money. So like this. Then when I studied this book on 11th canto, Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, I was scared because I found myself, I did not withdraw from stock market. I withdraw my money, but I have deposited negative investment. Can everybody understand what I'm talking? When you are, what did we discuss before? When you like somebody means you are investing positive emotion. You follow? When you say you like somebody, oh, I like the way the devotee sing, means you are putting your emotion positively. When your mind you say, I hate this devotee, or maybe I hope nobody say it, I should not say that, but, or I hate this person, or I don't like this person's presence, means you are investing negatively. You are still investing. You follow? Investment means you will get the result, whether it's a positive or negative. So you cannot put either positive investment or negative investment. In order to be a devotee, you have to be neutral. Then you will come to immediately 6.6 in Bhagavad Gita. It says that Jitendriya Prashantatma Paramatma Samihita. Immediately you get connection with Paramatma and you become happy. You become peaceful. If you can do that. Do not invest negatively or positively. So you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, when the devotee asked me, I said bad about this Microsoft, Broadcom, Juniper, Cisco, all these companies that I lost money. Now, did I invest there? Yes. Did I have any more investment? No. But I still have investment according to Krishna. Krishna says, through the sloka, I draw in a practical. Everything we read in Prabhupada's book, it has a relevant to our life. We can apply, then we can understand the sloka better. That I did not invest money anymore, but I did invest hatefulness. So that's called negative investment. So now you tell me what is the pravriti marg and nibriti means. Can you put it together now? Nibriti means if you have a negative investment, that will hurt you as much as if you put positive investment. And you have to be withdrawn from both materially. And then spiritually, you have to invest in both. How do you spiritually invest? Positive investments in spiritual means pravriti marg. I'm going to serve my Gurudev instruction, whatever he says. Nibriti, I'm not going to commit offense. You follow? That's a negative investment. I'm not going to commit offense. I don't want to hear criticism. You have to do both. See how it is relevant to us? This Prabhupada, the whole introduction Prabhupada gave is very practical. It's our life. It's talking about our life. What we do every day, how it is related. And if you can just turn it towards, slowly towards Krishna, then you will be very happy, joyful person. Okay, now we are going to summarize 6:31. Anybody has any question, comment, reflection so far? Something, someone. Because emotion is a big subject matter.
Does avoiding someone who is not favorable for your bhakti is nivritti, or it's not, doesn't come under this at all?
It is nibriti, but you don't invest. You see that person is ignorance, due to ignorance he is doing this. So you withdraw your negative investment.
Okay.
Otherwise, if we criticize or feel bad about someone, it's as good as if we glorify someone. Because both will be affecting. Glorification will give a good effect, bad investment will give a bad effect. We do not want to have a negative or positive materially, but spiritually we want to have both. It's like a very fine line. Okay, let's move a little forward, then I'll give you an example. When I was driving one time to a gem show, jewelry show 20 years back with my jeweler. He's an American man, Krill Intermister. Very nice. He's now vegetarian after a long time it took. But it was very nice. I learned a lot of things from him because he knew Bible on his throat, entire Bible. So we would have a big argument. One day he says, your God believe is like Indian God. He was going very well. And I know he loves his mother. And he used to keep his mother's photo on his jewelry desk. I say, and so I picked up the photo. I said, you know, Krill, this is made of some chemical. You want me to explain you how the photo in the Kinko's or duplicate or copy machine produce this duplicate photo? By chemical combination. You want me to tell you what chemical in this photo? And I went on for 5 minutes and he just staring at me and he just hated it. He said, how can you insult my mother? It's my mother. I said, this photo is your mother? How do you feel when you insult somebody, Krishna, who has a strong faith like this? If you feel insult just because I'm telling, am I saying anything wrong? Actually, the photos are combination of chemical. But because you have a relationship with that picture or that look, so you have an emotion flowing towards that. Similarly, try to develop a respect. When somebody has a love for some God, deity, do not judge. See that person has a feeling, relationship tied with that. See through that person what you cannot see through your eyes. And it worked. After a few weeks, and he said, oh, very nice. Actually, Krishna is very handsome, always attractive. He looks like a little girl, attractive girl. I said, of course, because our concept of God is not girl, masculine or feminine. Do we accept absolute truth, masculine or feminine? Neither. Radha Krishna oiche sada eki swarup, lila ras asadite dhare dui roop. The conception of absolute truth. I'm scared to go further because it has a whole scenario. Yeah, you learn from Bhagavatam monoism, monotheism, pantheism, panentheism, polytheism, polymorphic monotheism, where Vaishnavism starts. All the religion in the world are in the beginning of monoism or monotheism. Hindus are the polytheism. But above all, when you type polymorphic monotheism in Google's, you try. Guess what they will answer? Only Vaishnavas knows. I'm serious. And what we believe is above that. Polymorphic monotheism. That word is not there in Google. They don't even know what that means. This is what Prabhupada told one devotee, Gaurura Prabhu, in the dialogue. This is such a high understanding of Krishna consciousness or concept of God. It's very advanced stage. Okay, through the nectar devotion, we'll understand. Anybody has any question, comment? No? Okay. So in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada gives Mangala Charan. Oh, where is Gopal Radhe Prabhu? We need that
Prabhuji,
chart.
you want me to share the slide?
The second chart with the Mangala Charan.
Okay.
So if it is
Just
difficult
one
for
second.
you to memorize this sloka, at least you can memorize this common sloka, not this one, the other one. Yes. Can you go to the next slide? Next one. Okay. Go before one back. Okay. Can everybody read together? Rupa Gosai Koila Rasamrita Sindhusar Krishna Bhakti Raser Jaha Paiye Bistar. Srila Prabhupada translate. Srila Rupa Goswami also wrote many books, the most famous of which is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which we are reading. From that book, one can understand the essence of devotional service to Krishna and the transcendental mellows one can derive from such service. You have to remember this for your exam. The two things, what are you going to get from that? Next slide, Prabhu. This is the four. Why I have this? Okay, it's gone. So this Nectar of Devotion is organized by 4 waves or 4 sections, you can say, or 4 division. One is Eastern division, which actually we're going to do for Bhakti Shastri. But I request you, I hope, I pray to Prabhupada and Krishna and Rupa Goswami Pad that you get a glimpse that you don't stop. You keep on reading Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu further, because all the Roshos topics are after this. These are also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, full-fledged. But Prabhupada gives the first one, the most important one, is like a GPS. In order to go to destination, how important is GPS? You never been there. Very important. So you have to pay attention to see that exactly where you are going, why you are going, and what are you going to get. Then you can compare and you will get out of the material idea. Material existence doesn't mean you die. Material existence means you live in this same body in America, but you are on a Suddha Sattva connection where you can remain happy spiritually and materially. You can be in this world. You can serve as a husband, wife, children, whatever position you have, but you are also serving internally with Krishna. Prabhupada says this in 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, text 6. In the purport, he writes how it works. Next slide, Prabhu. So this is the Eastern section, what we are starting today and next week like this. So in a short, this is the chart we made. Introduction, we'll have a Mangala Charan. Somebody knows what is Mangala Charan, the meaning? What is Mangal means? Someone?
Auspicious?
Auspicious, very good. And Charan means?
The way you act.
Acharan.
The way you invoke. The way you act to invoke the auspiciousness. Like the way you act that it produce or you invoke the auspiciousness. Very good. So we'll see very soon. One sloka will recite together that Rupa Goswami Pad gave. In introduction, Prabhupada gave such a condense, sometime, I don't know if you know condensed milk, you mix with some water to dilute, to digest. Otherwise, it's too much condensed milk. So similarly, the introduction was like a too condensed. You have to dilute, you have to break it down to ras speed. Because Prabhupada gave such a high, like $1 billion check. You have to understand what million, then understand billion. Will be easy. So first sloka is Mangala Charan. Then Guru Bandhana. What is Guru Bandhana? Somebody explain me, please. Guru means?
Spiritual master.
Very good. Bandhana means?
To pray.
The glories.
Glorifying Guru. And also you appealing. Bandhana is 3 types. When you feel you need, you go to your mommy, I want prasada, mommy, I'm hungry. So that's also bandhana. When you come to Krishna, you glorify him and then you appeal what you need. So these are 3 types of bandhana. Okay. Then next one is Vaishnava bandhana. What is Vaishnava?
The devotees of the Lord.
Little more precise. Everybody is positioned as a devotee of the Lord.
Who are following the instructions of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya.
Very specific, Prabhupada says. You have to be initiated in Vishnu mantra from a Vaishnava. In order to call Vaishnava, Bandhana, Vaishnava means one who is initiated by a Vaishnava in Vishnu mantra. That includes Krishna mantra. Otherwise, Vaishnava is not just every soul is Krishna Bhakta in a sense in their constitutional position. But conditional position, they have to be initiated by a Vaishnava, then it's called Vaishnava. Okay, and Bandhana is the same. Grantha, what is Grantha? And Vibhag. Grantha means?
Spiritual books.
Yes. But when we say here spiritual book, the Rupa Goswami Pad, these things had taken a revelation. It revealed by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu into the heart of Rupa Goswami Pad. Do you know why the book is so big? Entire I would say 19 chapter can be in 3 pages. But you know why there is 19 chapters so long Prabhupada made it? Because what Rupa Goswami Pad experienced, Jiva Goswami Pad was there, his disciple. And he would bring the reference of sloka, what Rupa Goswami Pad is experiencing. Is this bona fide? Do not think they are eternal associate. No, that's true, but that's not the point here. Point here is that Rupa Goswami Pad was experiencing just like one of us as a sadhaka. As he is experiencing, he is telling Jiva Goswami Pad, I'm experiencing this when I'm chanting this. And he would find a sloka and he would add to that nectar of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That's why Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has so many verses. 3 verses is enough. One is bhakti, one is bhava, one is prema. 3 verses is enough. But to support the symptom of this, 100 of verses are written. Just to make it authentic, so that no doubt in future ever will come from anybody. Even amongst Vaishnava Sampradaya, there may be different opinion, but when you talk about Rupa Goswami Pad, nobody has any opinion. Everybody agrees. Okay. Oh, what happened? Why this is something? Oh, sorry. Not my screen. Okay. Then he says definition of Uttama Bhakti. Who remembers the sloka? Now, Prabhu, you can close this one, and we'll go to the other one. Gopal Radhe Prabhu. Wow, he's so professional. I love Gopal Radhe. Okay. Who remembers the Annavilashita Srinnam? I want to see the face. Can you go to the face? And somebody has to recite the words without looking at it here. Oh. Prabhu, can I see a I did not see who was it. Prabhu, can you put, how do you go? Okay. Oh, there it is. Who was speaking? Who was reciting? Who recited the verse? Annavilasita Sunnam. Can you hear me? Everybody hears me? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you recited the verse, actually memorized the verse? Rachita Prabhu, of course you will. Who ever did not recite? I beg you, I'll pray for you. This is one verse. Anything about bhakti, anything about devotional service, all is in one verse. It's like $1 million check. Please take care of the check. Don't just put it anywhere children to play. They will tear it. You have to memorize the verse. You have to chew the every word of the verse. This is one verse will guide you whole life into bhakti. Whether you are doing bhakti or not bhakti, this is the verse. So next Monday, I'm going to randomly ask somebody to recite the verse and give me the translation. Because this verse, you cannot escape from it. This is you in your exam paper, you already saw it. This is the first verse, or the maybe second verse. First verse. That was the first verse out of 4 or 6 verses. In the student handbook, that verse is there in the student handbook. I didn't even see yesterday. That's why I was trying to find where it is. It's in the handbook, page, I think 81 or 76, something like that. So you have to memorize this verse. So let's go to this. We have 10 minutes. Actually, we have only 12 minutes. Do we need to discuss further more or go to that slide for 10 minutes? Anybody has any question, comment? This slides is available for everybody, Prabhu. If anybody wants, you can ask Gopal Radhe Prabhu, he will send you. Okay, so maybe let's go to the next slide. Unless somebody has question, we can go. No question? Any reflection? Next week, Monday, I'm going to start these slides. What is pure bhakti? But a whole presentation, I made this slide based on that one sloka. And this is the only sloka I can show you in every page of Prabhupada's, any book you bring to me. Any page you open, you will see part of the sloka in that page. Because everything Prabhupada spoke based on this sloka. This sloka is like a candy, you have to chew it whole life. It's so tasty once you understand the taste of it. It is not a sloka, it is like a real candy. I mean, spiritual candy. So now, let's see. We have 10 minutes. Can you go back to everybody's face now? I want to hear some reflection. We'll end with this because we have only 10 minutes. Shama Sundar Prabhu is very attentively listening. Now he's smiling. Can you tell me what did you understand yesterday and today? Something. What are you going to take it with you?
I understood that what is it called? Like you love everything in the world. You have to like choose what you love and what you don't love. You can't just walk around the door and just love everything in the world. You have to know what you love. Yeah.
Very good. That's good. Something more or? Okay, you think. That was good. Okay. Very good. Okay. Somebody else? Or you want me to call your name? Yes.
I understood that you cannot renounce something that does not belong to you. So we get so attached to so many things in this world and you think that it's mine, but none of it belongs to you. So you cannot renounce from it. You can only detach from it.
You can withdraw your charming. Beautiful, very nice. You know, in New Vrindavan, one devotee It's a natural. Why I'm saying this? This is natural. Feeling will come. This devotee told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I'm just tired of this world. I just want to give up this world. I want to renounce completely. I give up this world. Prabhupada said, this is not your world. How can you give up something is not yours? You follow? And Prabhupada made a very nice statement. He said, you cannot give up something that don't belong to you. He said, try to see it is belongs to Krishna. Try to appreciate. But artificial renunciation will come in the heart. You should not allow that to enter. You have to appreciate. Okay, Krishna made this world for those conditioned souls like me, that they want to explore, to become a god or something like this. Krishna is very kind. He did not punish them in a jail. In a sense, it is a punishment because they forgot him. But in another sense, Krishna is not a cruel mother, very kind mother. Mother may give time out to a child, but still it is her affection. You have to look at the world like this. It is mother still loves the child, but child is so naughty, need little discipline, so she gives time out. And is that time out a punishment or a love, extension of love? It is extension of love. Very good. Thank you. Somebody else?
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Madhurima. Yes.
Hare Krishna on the
Wait, who is speaking? Yes, Madhurima. Prabhu.
I learned that if you want to understand something, you have to stand under your guru.
Wow, very good. Understand means stand under. Very good. Prabhupada said, very good. Yes.
The Hare Krishna Dandabod. The one thing I learned today, the faith is the most important thing and precious word. Like this whole world belongs to Krishna. He owns everything. We are like just parts and parcel from him. Like this kind of situation, coronavirus, people dying like a crazy. I am working as a nurse. I know a lot of doctors, nurses, even the medication, they cannot save their life. Only now they are very engaged to God. They are not believing God because they think that in this world, especially a lot of patients, they think that in this world, nothing can help when situation is very dangerous and serious. Only God can help. That's why faith is the most important things to process our Krishna consciousness. That's what I learned.
Very good.
And proceed.
Very good. Faith also has its own eye, not this physical eye. Faith has eye, faith has a leg, hand. Faith has itself spiritual body.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Mother.
Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
I like to add on what Mataji said and what you said, which was faith has its own senses, and because of faith, we can see Krishna.
Very good. By faith, you can see Krishna. Yes. When you hear, by faith, you can see. Thank you. Very good.
Hare Krishna. The one thing that I learned was that negativity will control you only if you allow it to control you.
Negativity will control. So what are you going to do?
Not let it control you.
How are you going to do it?
Stay positive and serve Krishna.
Very nice. I like his answer. Very good. Very good, boy. Very good. Yes, Prabhu. Radha Raman Jadava.
I learned that the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, and spiritual life all begin with a question. And questions tell you where you are, what you need, all that.
Wow, very nice. So what is your question? You have any question?
No, not really.
Why not ask yourself why you are here?
To serve
that question you should ask first. What am I doing? Why I'm here? And you have to answer it to your own question. And then you will find out, you will discover yourself. that actually what you are looking for. Otherwise, why you are here? Am I right?
Yes.
So you're going to think about it and answer me next week.
Okay.
Thank you. Who is next? Everybody has to give some feedback or some reflection or some question.
Prabhuji, you also said that we most learn by hearing, and most of the time we hear ourselves than anybody else. So we have to make sure what we hear, that is our mind speaking, and make sure our mind is speaking the right thing, mostly about the Krishna, I think.
So very good. Maybe you can just rephrase that. What you're saying, I understood your word. Maybe you can rephrase. Prabhupada says, be conscious. What is your mind conscious of? Means you have to separate from your mind.
Right.
Am I conscious of what my mind is conscious of? Is my mind is conscious of Krishna? I have to see that. Then you can separate the mind. Very good. Thank you, Prabhu.
I learned today the difference between liking and not liking is our emotions.
Who
Therefore,
is
Krishna.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes.
Hi, Krishna. So I learned that the difference between liking and not liking and other things that you have mentioned, it depends on our emotions.
Wow, very good. The direction of the emotion, not the emotion, is the direction of the emotion. Very good. Very good. Whether you like somebody or not, like everybody understood, this is a practical, no? Practically you can see. See, if you don't like someone, you say, oh my God, why am I allowing my emotion to go there? You can withdraw and you'll never commit offense. But because we don't know the little art of this nectar of devotion, that's why we just go on. Very nice, well said. Next.
Prabhu, I have a question.
I cannot see you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Prabhu, I have a question. Like, remember when you said like that the sloka that every and like you can find in every book of that Srila Prabhupada wrote, and like in every page, like which one is that sloka? Because I didn't really know.
Is that sloka you're supposed to memorize? Anna Vilasita Shunyam.
Okay.
Will you memorize it before next Monday?
Yes.
You know, one of the way I used to do, I don't have time right now nowadays, but I used to write in a small piece of paper. I'm not asking everybody to do it, but if you can, that's how I memorize. I would write it in a small card, write the sloka and the word to word meaning. If you cannot understand the meaning of it, it's difficult to memorize for me. So word to word meaning and then the translation. And if I'm going to the bathroom, I'm taking the sloka with me. I'm going to driving, I'm keeping the sloka with me. Everywhere I go, keep the sloka with me. And end of the night, when I go to sleep, I looking at the sloka and memorize a little bit more, repeating, and then go to bed. When I wake up, I look at the sloka. After one day, it's already inside the heart. It stays.
Okay.
You can try that. It works for me.
Hare Krishna.
Navilasita Shunnam is a compulsory. Next Monday, I'm going to randomly ask devotees to explain me. Because whole PowerPoint presentation is beautiful. Believe me, it's beautiful explanation, but you have to know that sloka. Okay, yes.
But Prabhuji, where is that shloka? You said that shloka, but where is that shloka?
It's in the, what do you call that? Huh?
7.16, 7.6.
7.16.
Bhagavad Gita, 7.16.
7.16 also is in your guidebook.
Exactly, it's in a guidebook. If you look through the devotion, nectar devotion part, then you will see it.
I think it's a page 76 or 81, something like that. Okay. Yes. Madhurima.
I was saying that, can I say the sloka?
Okay.
Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyana vitam anukulyana krishnanushilalam bhaktiruttama.
Very nice. Do you know the translation?
No.
Okay. By next Monday, translation also, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Who is next?
What is it?
Yes, Mother. Vishnu Priya.
I learned that love developed by experience. Without practical experience, you cannot love.
Very good. Actually, somebody said, no, that you cannot fall in love with the biodata. Or I said, but one of you said very well that by biodata or profile, you cannot be in love. Because in order to have a relationship, you have to know the nature. Without relationship, you can never know the nature, personality, preference, quality, characteristics. Just by reading, you will never know. So by reading book is not enough. We have to hear it and develop that love. We have to have that, what Krishna likes, what Krishna's nature, what Krishna's quality. We have to go through. It says, Guna Krishna hoya kare nirmala bhajan. When you are attracted by the guna, Krishna's quality and character, then you'll start doing very well bhajan. Somebody else that did not speak.
Okay, Prabhuji, just 1 second. We're going over time, but I see there are three people who have raised their hands. So next time onwards, when we have something like this, I will request everybody to learn the feature how to raise the hand, so everybody can get a chance. So right now, I see 3 people have raised their hand. We're just going to take these 3 and we will end today's session.
Thank you.
What you want, we can. Of course, on the chat group that we have on WhatsApp, you can definitely write your realizations down for Prabhuji to see. Prabhuji will also be seeing, and Prabhuji, like today, he put the questions. Always pay attention to the group, because Prabhuji will be reciprocating through the group, and so will be I. Okay, so here, first I'll request Lakshman Poddar Prabhu to please unmute, and you can say.
Okay, Prabhuji is telling about description about Amrita, and its meaning is nectar, which meaning is not death. Like as an example, Prabhuji described that like Krishna's footprint in Vrindavan, it's eternal. Like if we walk in sea beach, within a moment, it destroyed. But Krishna's footprint in Vrindavan, it's eternal. Always, it's still there.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes. Next, there is Galaxy A10e. So I request whoever has their names as iPhone or Galaxy A10e, please put your names so that we can see. I think that is Hemagovinda Prabhu. So you can unmute and talk, Hemagovinda Prabhu. No? Okay. Mathura Chandrika Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I learned you mentioned that devotion is not only emotion, it is a conscious, continuous cultivation.
Wow, very good. That is devotion. Very good. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Those things you have to remember this every day. Very good. Thank you. So we'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyo vishwa kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Anantagiri Vaishnavabinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rupa Goswami ka path ki jai. Nectar of Devotion ki jai. We'll see you Monday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. So one quick announcement before we end the meeting. Again, I will request all the devotees to please put their names when they turn on the app, because if it says iPhone, like right now I have 4 people. One is LG K20 Plus. There is one with just numbers. there is an unknown user, and there was an iPhone. So if I see their names, I can write down your attendance. I am also taking here attendance of all the devotees. So request you all to please write down your names so that we can see who is who. Thank you. Hare Krishna.